The reservoir, the lake is down multiple feet, probably 3, 4, 5 feet maybe. It's about the lowest I've ever seen it. Local lake surface water temp right now is about 59 degrees. It's chilly. Hey, I'm Jay. Welcome to another weeknight camp out. I am out on the lake just enjoying a beer. No, this is a bluegill. Let me let you go, guy. Just enjoying a beer, but I'm camping right up behind me on the shore there tonight. I'm gonna do a little bit more fishing. I'll bring you along for that. I'm gonna get up to the campsite here in a little bit and have a steak over the campfire. I got a cocktail to make and just some relaxing to do by the campfire before we sleep in the Subaru tonight. So thank you once again for coming along for this weeknight camp out. Let's get after it. Little perch buddy. Later, bud. Yeah. All right. We got little fish, at the very least, bluegill and perch hanging out along the grass line here in this little shallow bay. And what I'm using to catch them is a little 164 ounce Trout Magnet jig head with a little 1-inch split tail grub in chartreuse and orange. And I'm tipping the hook with a little crappie nibble. These guys, power bait sparkle nibbles for crappie. It says, fish bite and won't let go. I don't know if it's that or if it's the hook that is impaled in their face. Could be either one, but either way, I am happy enough to float out here and catch panfish along this grass line. So let's see if we can catch some more. We're fishing with the Bass Pro Shops microlight rod, ultralight, 2-pound monofilament here. So really light setup, perfect for catching these little fish like perch and bluegill. Got another little perch. Micro perch. I don't know about any of you guys, but whenever I hear a bird I'm not familiar with, I get out the Merlin app and have it listen. So I'm hearing a bird in the background here that it has identified as a white-throated sparrow. Whenever I talk, it's giving me a result for overweight, middle-aged white man. So it does seem to work pretty well. Another nice bluegill. Now this guy, his friends call him the one-hit wonder because he's only got one eye. See this other side here? Yeah. He done lost an eye. See, buddy? Man, I'll sit and catch bluegill all day. I love bluegill. Another nice size bluegill. Bluegills, y'all are doing great. You look great. Just going up to the campsite to get a fresh beer and a fresh GoPro battery and see if we can catch a couple more before sunset here in about 30 minutes. Fresh GoPro battery, fresh brewski. Let's go. This cup or can holder is a new addition to the kayak and I'm really liking it. It's a beautiful night out here. You see obviously that I've got the pumpkin beer and it serves to mention that I'm filming this on October 30th. So tomorrow's Halloween. Technically I will be sleeping here on October 31st, which could get a little creepy because this campground is deserted. That's a good thing, but we'll see if anything spooky happens. Another nice bluegill. Hey, that's a nice perch. That's a nice perch. A little 9-inch perch. What do you think? You guys about ready to go up? Start a fire? I think so. Sun set 12 minutes ago. We got some low light, crappy quality video here, but here's our last bluegill of the night. See you later, senor. All right, back to the campsite. I think we'll start a fire. Nothing fancy tonight. We're at a state park campground, so no harvesting of firewood. Got some commercial firewood here. Get that going. Got to get potato in for about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, and when we get a nice bed of coals, we'll cook a steak as well. So let's get the fire started. Got a nice piece of fat wood here that I'm just feathering up a little bit so we can light this. Another piece of fat wood to put in there. Ohio Department of Natural Resources, in case you were wondering. Fire's going strong. Here in the bag and in the foil we have a potato, some olive oil, and some salt. So I'm gonna get that in the fire, as it'll need to be in there for somewhere between 40 minutes and an hour. So we're gonna get that started. Potato's been in for about 20 minutes. And give it a flip. This is double wrapped in heavy duty aluminum foil. Gonna be cooking this steak on the Expedition Research Bushcraft grill. Just a little grill that we're gonna stick in the coals as such. Watch me do it. Watch as I do it. There we go. That's done. We're gonna season this with a little Rufus Teague steak rub. Overcooked the steak a little bit, but I think it's still going to be delicious. Cheddar cheese, sour cream. Green onion. Got some bacon bits. It's the last beer. Let's eat. All right, we had a little bit of a fun crisis there right at the end. I realized that the steak was overcooking, so I was trying to get it off quickly. Kind of lost track of what I was doing with filming with my phone. And next time I looked at my phone, it had shut off or had become unusable because it had reached too high of a temperature. So we had to toss the phone in the cooler for a few minutes. But now we're back. Take a bite of steak. Not how I'd prefer it to be cooked. I overcooked it, but it's a good cut of meat. It's good. Potato. Also overcooked. I'm not perfect. All right, yeah, I'm gonna eat this and I'm gonna drink this. I'll be back with you in a few minutes. The outside of this potato kind of looks like it was at Chernobyl. Last bite of steak, you want it? My steak. I cooked it. Make your own steak. I learned a lesson there. I've cooked these things on a campfire many times before, but I think the fire is just a little more intense than I thought. The food was delicious, but straight up burned parts. Hey, let's get this fire stoked up, and then I gotta finish this beer, but I'm gonna relax. You just hold on, okay? I'm gonna relax, finish this beer, stoke the fire up, and we're gonna make our cocktail. Be back. We're gonna be making a maple old-fashioned. So we got some bourbon, maple syrup, some Angostura bitters, an orange, some cherries. That's nice. We got some Maker's Mark 46 cask strength here. Ooh, man, that's good. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I think I mentioned earlier that it's October 30th. So in a little under 3 hours, it's gonna be Halloween. And I don't know about the rest of you, but my wife and I, we tend to watch lots of horror movies around this type of year, right? Doing that, like I love that, but it also tends to put me just a little bit on edge. You're camping, like I'm in a state park campground now, so like there's, I don't know, some people within a reasonable distance. It's not like I'm completely alone in the backwoods, but there's nobody within like a screaming distance, you know. And I don't really get frightened when I'm camping very often. I mean, I certainly have been frightened. Maybe I'll tell some of those stories at some point. But, you know, when you're camping, you inevitably hear like rustling leaves and snapping twigs, right? And like it's always squirrels and chipmunks and raccoons and deer and not murderers, right? But like when you're in that Halloween mindset and you've been watching like horror movie after horror movie, or like you know, super creepy HBO series or whatever the case might be, you get into that state of mind where you're like, I don't think that's a squirrel. I think that's a murderer. Drink's good, but that steak is hitting hard. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. What was I saying? You hear these sounds in the woods and it's always just a squirrel or a raccoon. So anyways, gonna enjoy this cocktail. There we go. All ready for sleep whenever we're ready. Got a little bit of cocktail left to enjoy here. I'm gonna set up a night lapse with the GoPro, get into bed here in a few minutes. So I will catch up with you once we're in the vehicle. Show you the setup in there. In the vehicle for the night. Very simple setup in here. We got the sleeping pad down here. I got a 3-pillow setup here, and underneath that I just have like a bin bridging the gap between, you know, where the back seats lay down and the front seat. There's a gap there, so I have a bin sitting there to bridge that gap. Got plenty of room to stretch out. Over here, a little side table with the keys, the battery powered fan, the lamp. There's a knife there. I don't expect any murderers, but if a raccoon, a particularly wily raccoon were to find his way into camp, we could deal with him that way. That's about it. Got a 40-degree quilt to sleep with. It's not going to get anywhere close to that cool tonight, but over here I have a mesh screen on this side window. Got that down 4 or 5 inches to give us some fresh air. That's what's going on inside here. Outside I have the GoPro set up, do a little night lapse. So you're going to see that next. I'm going to see you in the morning.
Good morning. Yeah, it's that time of year where the sun doesn't come up until like 8 a.m. So we're gonna be working in the dark here for coffee.
Gonna enjoy this coffee, get the vehicle packed up. It's pretty much already packed up, but I do have to get the kayak on the car and get back into town for work by 8 o'clock or so. Should be able to do it. And just like that, we're out of here. Quick and easy pack up, even with getting the kayak on the car. Only took me maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so to get on the road here, which is the beauty of camping in the vehicle. But yeah, had a good time on this one. Thanks so much for coming along, and I'll see you next time.